Hey winners, welcome back to Focus on Winning. My name is Ashraf. So recently I got an opportunity to enroll in the Author Challenge program. And it's basically about how to build a business writing a book. Not just a regular book, but a really valuable book that you can sell for $100, $500, even $1,000. Yes, you heard me right. $1,000 per copy. That's insane, right? So after I enrolled in that course, I got a coaching call from the creator of the course itself. And guess who? It's Derrick. If you don't know who he is, I will link his website in the description below. So one thing you have to know about him is that he used to sell his book for thousands of dollars per copy. Like, damn, imagine one book for $1,000 or maybe more. One of the book he sold was like $2,500. Oh man, I can't imagine how could he possibly do that. So anyway, the consultation call was only like 10 minutes and it was a great opportunity to talk to him. The only thing that I regret is that I didn't ask more questions. Okay, that's the only thing I regret. I didn't ask more questions. I only asked like 4 questions and he only took like 7 minutes to answer all of them. Oh man, I should have asked more, but I had no idea what to say at that time, so I ended up chatting with him for the rest of the call. But I believe these questions could help me and you to be a better author. So the 4 questions that I asked were: how to be known as an expert? Is it ethical to write a book about other people's scores? If so, how? And how to get a foreword from big influencers. And lastly, how to convince people to buy our high ticket books. And so much more that we covered in these calls. So anyway, hope you can learn about it and apply it. And yeah, let's dive into the coaching call.
So the real question is this: how would an entrepreneur like us, who literally start from nothing or has limited resources and yet still wants to build an empire, join Ashraf as he answers this big question so you can apply it too? Welcome to Focus on Winning.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear
All
me?
right.
How's everything?
I feel awesome today.
Good. What time is it over there?
It's 12:30 a.m. in Malaysia.
Wow. Are you used to being up that late?
No, but today it's about you, right? So I have to
Well,
miss you.
heck, that's awesome, man. Well, I'm glad you made it happen. So, yeah, tell me a little bit more about what you got going on, how I can help you, man.
Oh, well, I didn't really start yet, but I just skimmed through all the videos, and I have some question which is about how to position ourselves as an expert.
Okay.
So
So, yeah,
mhm.
what do you do?
I do a podcast, and that's it, I think.
Okay. What do you do for like what's your job?
Oh, I don't have a job. I mean,
Okay.
I'm a college student right now.
Oh, okay. Cool. What are you going to school
Uh-huh.
for?
Engineering.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
What type of engineering?
Electrical engineering.
Good for
I
you.
Yeah, like traffic light or some sort.
Yeah, smart. That's awesome. Okay. So what do you want as far as this book and the podcast and all that? What's your goal with it? What do you want it to do for you?
The goal. You mean the goal of a podcast or the goal of the book?
Both. Or the
Oh,
goal of being an authority figure.
uh, never thought about that. When we are building an online business, we automatically will, build authority. I mean, like we have to build authority to make people pay attention to us.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So, okay. So then the goal with having the authority is to get people to then buy your products or services.
Uh-huh.
Is that
Yeah.
your goal? Okay. So then are you
Yeah.
looking, so you're essentially looking to run a side business, right? Like an online business
Mm-hmm.
or, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is
Mm-hmm.
it that you're looking to sell?
I sell other people's program. I
Okay.
mean,
So
I'm
you're an
being
affiliate.
affiliate.
Got
Yeah.
it. All right. What
Uh-huh.
products or what other people's programs are you looking to affiliate for?
Podcast,
Okay. What,
podcasting. Yeah.
so other people's podcasts or other people's programs?
Other people's program.
What programs have you looked at that you want to promote?
You mean the name of the program?
Yep.
It's oh my God. It's Podcast Profit Lab.
Okay. Who's that by?
Mm-hmm. Jamie Atkinson.
Okay. Sure. Sure. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so so two ways that you're looking to promote that. One is your podcast, and then the second would be the book. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're looking to establish authority as a podcaster or a person that knows how to build podcasts, do podcasts, that kind of thing. Is that right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay. Awesome. So then your book is going to be all about podcasting. Is that right?
Ooh. Yeah. I mean, if that's what I know, then yeah, I will do a book about podcasts.
Yeah. I think that sounds about, I mean, with the limited information I have, that sounds pretty natural. So then you would have your podcast, which is driving ears in that you can drive back to Jamie's program. And then you could also have the book do the same thing. So then readers of the book or listeners of your audio version of the book can come back and then learn how you have done with podcasting and learn about podcasting. And then you can point them back over to Jamie's program from the book, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how do we, tell people that we are good in podcasting? Like how do we position ourselves as an expert?
Good question. So how long have you been doing podcasting?
1 year.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's not shabby. That's good. That's great. A lot of people have not had a year of podcasting. So that's great.
Ooh.
So first of all,
Thank you.
that's authority right there because you do it. You're not just
Mm-hmm.
this beginner that's pretending. So you've done it for a year. You've got a year worth of lessons that you can put into the book. Also for authority, have you worked with Jamie in the past or does he know you?
Yeah, we are friends, and I joined his program, and I learned through it, and I believe that that program can help people, so that's why
Yeah.
I became his affiliate.
Great.
Yeah.
Does Jamie have a book of his own?
No.
All right, perfect. Then you should maybe think about having Jamie write the foreword to your book.
Huh.
And then you get instant credibility that way. Like, right? Like I have my Dream 100 book. I had Russell Brunson write the foreword to it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
See how that I get his credibility and kind of authority from that.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest doing that if Jamie's willing, or anybody in the podcasting space for that matter. Daxi Perez, are you familiar with him?
Mm-hmm. I know
He's
him.
he's awesome. He's another person that you could maybe, and then also I would look at on your podcast if you haven't already interviewed those types of guys. Like I would do that and then get them on as guests on your podcast and that kind of thing. So you get more listeners that way that are kind of relevant.
So you're saying that I have to find people that are in the same niche and tell them to do the forward for me? Is that what you mean?
It could, yeah, I would. Jamie seems like the perfect person because then they kind of get introduced to him through the book. And then when you go to promote him as an affiliate later, it's already like, it's not new. Like they already kind of know who he is or they've been exposed to him. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then as far as like authority goes, like if you've been doing this for a year and you have any sort of results at all or any success at all, that is your authority, right? And then anybody that can vouch for you, like Jamie or people in that community, that's also your authority. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. What else you got?
What if we write about other people's course? I mean, like we package them into a book. Is that good? I mean, is that ethical?
Like taking some things that you learned from other courses and putting it into the book?
Yes.
Okay, good question. So Have you read some of Russell's books?
Yeah, expertand.com.
Good, good. All right. So he does a really good job of that, where I think it's perfectly great as long as you credit who and where you got it from. Like Russell in his new book, Traffic Secrets. I don't know where mine is, but
Oh man, I haven't read that.
oh, you don't have it yet?
Yes, nope.
Oh man, it's good. On page 42, he talks about the Dream 100, and he talks about me and my book and something he got from my book, right? So that's a good way to do it that way. So as long as you aren't like word for word taking from them or whatever, but you're rather explaining what you learned and who you learned it from and how to you applied it, that's perfectly awesome, because that's a win-win for you and them. That makes sense?
Awesome. Yeah, makes sense. Just give credit to people, right? And how to convince people to buy our high ticket books? I mean, you mentioned in the high ticket book secret about comparing our service price to the actual book to make people, see it as to buy things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So here's how I do it. So basically, if you were to like, let's say your book is all about showing people how to set up their podcast, right, and how to run a podcast and how to deploy a podcast. Basically, what you don't have to sell it for hundreds or thousands if you don't want to. It's up to you. But if you were to, basically what you do is you price anchor that to another person that would set up that podcast for someone as a service, right? So to hire, in other words, if I were to hire someone to set up a podcast for me, I would expect to pay thousands of dollars or maybe tens of thousands of dollars. Or I can learn how to do it on my own from the book, right? And the book is maybe say $200. That's a better deal, right? That's kind of how it's done. So you just compare it, instead of comparing it to other books, you compare it to a service that would do the same thing.
And I like that you mentioned about if you could get one thing out of the book, it will pay for itself.
Exactly. So I would echo that for sure in your book or in the marketing of your book, and saying if you guys just pull one nugget from this and it helps you to launch a podcast or do this or that, then it's the whole thing's worth it, right? Yeah.
So
awesome.
The purpose of the book is to get other people's result, right? And one of the book about Dream 100 Reloaded, you mentioned about going to the Dream 100 launch. So is the purpose about going to join your program, or just teach about Dream 100? I mean,
so yeah, it's a combination. So you have the Reloaded book?
Yeah, I have.
Do you? Oh my God, you read the whole thing?
Yeah.
Holy crap, man. Congratulations. That's quite a read, huh? That's a big book.
Yeah, I mean, I like the book, man.
I'm glad it made it all the way to Malaysia. That's awesome. So, okay. So to answer your question, it should do both, right? So a really good book will teach you and give you, actual strategies and nuggets, but it'll also help to sell the thing that, I talk about selling the thing that sells the thing. It helps sell the next thing. So for your book, it could and should be teaching how to do podcasting and why and stories behind it and lessons and all that. And then it should also pitch Jamie's, program as the affiliate, right? Does that make sense?
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So
cool. What we got time for one more, because I got another call in about a minute. But what else?
Oh.
One more good one.
I think that's it. Pretty much that's it.
Okay. Cool.
So
man.
Okay, I think that's it. Oh yeah, can we ask the podcast guests to do a forward for us?
Yeah. So I would just pick one person. So if that's Jamie, great. And here's how I would suggest doing it. I would, instead of like asking him to write the forward, ask him to, and then expecting him to actually write it. I would ask if you'd be willing to write the forward to this book, and then send and say, and by the way, I can write it for you and you can just bless it. Right. So for example, you should write the forward on the behalf of Jamie so that he doesn't have to stop and spend the time to do it, and then send it to him and make sure it looks okay. And then you can put it in your book as if he wrote it. No one will know the difference. Right.
Yeah, that's a great one.
That's how I got Russell to write the foreword, because I actually wrote the foreword and then he just approved
Oh,
it. Right?
nice secret, man.
Yeah. There you go, man. Well, good.
Okay.
I'm so glad that you got my books and you've joined my stuff, and
Yeah.
I'm proud that you're gonna start, your own book. Yeah. Let me know
Yeah,
if you
sure.
guys need anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, awesome, man. Congratulations. You're doing
Thank you.
awesome for being in college and having all this figured out. And yeah, it's awesome. So cool.
Thank you.
Good
So,
to meet you. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to meet you, Dana. And will is this recorded or?
Yep. I'll have my gal email you the recording once it processes.
Okay.
Does that sound
Okay.
good?
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you. All right.
Good to meet
Thank
you.
you, Dana.
Take care. Have a good night.
Hey, winners. Did you enjoy our coaching call? If you want to get more of a coaching call that people charge for maybe hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars, subscribe to the show, because I have a lot of coaching calls that I want to share with you, so you and I can learn together about business, about how to, basically all about business. All right, subscribe. Sorry for spamming. No, I'm not sorry, because I want to help you, okay? And I want to share everything that I know, so you also get the knowledge that I have. So anyway, until then, talk to you soon.
Hey, thank you for listening. We hope you can implement everything from this episode. And would you like to know more about business strategies and life hacks that you can apply right now? If so, subscribe to this podcast so you can become the best you.